Hi, this is Jim Ave again, and I'm finally going to talk about the actual class and the syllabus in more detail than I have so far. In this particular presentation, I'm just going to cover some highlights of the class, textbooks, what's the schedule look like, some of those type of things, because we've covered some things about our course, but let's go in a little bit more detail. And plus I'll have a couple other presentations about some of the more significant assignments that we have in our class. Here in the syllabus, in the presentation, it's blacked out, and also it's black. My name, my phone number, all that type of stuff is blacked out, but you can actually see that in the syllabus that you've downloaded. That stuff's in front of you. The best way to get in contact with me is through my email that I have there in my office a lot, in front of my computer a lot. I'll get back to you as quick as I possibly can, but within 24 hours for sure. If we need to set up a time for us to talk on the phone, probably the best thing to do is send me an email so we can set up a time so I can dedicate that time to help you. Because I want to make sure I can just concentrate on giving you assistance through our time together in class, or time together on the phone. And again, I want to reiterate numerous times throughout these presentations is if you need help, please ask. This class is different than any other course you've probably taken, just because it's about a subject more than likely you don't have a lot of familiarity with the teaching. I know when I was a new athletic trainer and new in the college scene and learning how to teach, it's taken me a while to learn how to teach, which I address in some of the other presentations. So if you need help, please ask. If you're not sure about an assignment, please ask. If you're not sure what you're supposed to do, please ask. Let's go ahead. We've talked about a lot of these things here in the syllabus, but we haven't talked about our textbooks. Hopefully you've bought them already. You have 3, or really 2 books that you have to purchase. The first one's by Ken Bain. The text is called What the Best College Teachers Do. We'll read through the entire book through our course, and basically I've based the class on this textbook. And the other book is by Dr. Widener. I have a hard time saying that guy's name. Excellent athletic training educator at Ball State University, and the text is called Athletic Trainer's Pocket Guide to Clinical Teaching. The book's a little bit outdated. He needs to update the text since it's 6 years old, or 7 years old. A lot of research has been done since he wrote this book, but it's a really good book on how to teach athletic trainers in a clinical setting. So he's done a great job, plus the other authors who wrote that book. And you'll see that I have a lot of other articles to assist your learning. And now if we go to our class here in Moodle, I have these articles here, athletic training education articles, that'll be very beneficial to you as we go through the class. So those are just some articles that I think are very beneficial to our course. I've cited those, and these are other referenced articles, books and stuff like that I've used to develop this course. You don't have to. Well, some of these are out of the Athletic Trainer's Pocket Guide to Clinical Teaching book, but a lot of these things I'm providing you. I've provided you all these articles. This Sphinx text here I've provided you too. So I try to provide you as much of the articles that I think you should have and use for assignments as possible. Okay, let's talk about our assignments. We've already talked about the low risk assignments. I can't remember if I addressed the learning activities in that presentation or not, but learning activities our formal assignments. I know I've talked about that, the difference between a low risk assignment and a formal assignment. This is learning activities are formal assignments. They're typically written assignments that are designed to check your understanding of learning the concepts that we've covered. I'll have a separate presentation on the choice assignment presentation. So if you go in our class, you'll see that you should be in the middle of this introduction to the class. Then you'll go to list form. There'll be another presentation in there talking about the athletic training lesson presentation assignment, which is our signature assignment for our class. And the signature assignments in this graduate program are all the very significant assignment that is designed to address many of the course and program level student learning outcomes. So you'll click on that and you'll watch that presentation. I'm not going to repeat it here. And also with the choice assignment, I have another one. I have another presentation in there which I discuss. That assignment, you have to make some decisions this week about these two assignments, so make sure you watch those and post in a forum about that. And you'll see this week we have a learning activity this week, which you can click and read the directions. You watch another video on that. And then we have our first devotional. So each week we'll have a devotional. We're using videos from Francis Chan, and this first video is I think it's about 15 minutes long. It's about fearing God. And so what you're going to do in this assignment, this form, is you're going to watch the video, and then I want you may want to write some notes to yourself. And in the form itself, you're going to discuss how the material impacts you both personally and professionally. More than likely, most of this stuff is going to be on the personal level, more on the professional level, but either or is fine. One paragraph, one fully developed paragraph. That's 4 points. You're going to post that in the form. Then I also want you to include 1 or 2 open-ended questions that you had about while you were watching the videos. And again, a open-ended question are questions that cannot be answered with a yes or no response. That's what I have here in the note here. So it has to elicit a thoughtful response. So just think about the things that you thought about, the questions that you had while you were watching the video. These are controversial videos in some respects. So just post your questions because you're going to be answering other students' questions that they had about the video. So it's good to have some good questions. So you do that, your paragraph and your 1 or 2 questions. This is due this Friday, September 2nd by 11:55 p.m. And then you'll have respond to 2 other students. Their questions, you're going to answer their questions by this Sunday, September 4th. So pay attention to those dates, and that's going to be pretty true of all the devotional forms, is that they'll be due on Friday and they'll finish by Sunday. And right here, I'm just going to highlight this, just a word about these forms. We need to respect one another in their viewpoints. One of the things that kind of annoys me about today's world is that you can't have a different opinion with other people. If you have a different opinion, you're a hater. I don't think that's true. It's okay to have a different opinion. We shouldn't have all the same opinion. We don't want to have all the same opinion. That's boring. But it's okay to have somebody else have a different opinion, but you can still treat each other with respect when we're having different opinions. It's okay to agree to disagree. You can still like each other and still have a disagreement with one another. So in these forms, because these can be very personal stuff, just treat each other with respect and those type of things. Now let's talk about turning in assignments. Hopefully all of you, since you're all new in the program, have been to the Moodle orientation class, and downloaded went into the introduction assignment in there in the Moodle orientation class, watched the different videos there, actually downloaded the APA formatted template in that particular course because you need to follow APA for all your assignments. So use that template, but also how to turn in an assignment. Hopefully you learned how to do that there and how to post in a form. The assignments all be turned in here in Moodle in the assignment link or in the forum by the due date. All your assignments should have a title page with your name, faculty name, which is me, course number, which is ATR 700 or 710, the name of the assignment, the date, the title for the assignment, and you use 1-inch margins, you use double spacing, and provide page numbers. Again, if you have not gone into the Moodle orientation course, please do that and go to that introduction assignment and download that APA formatted template for this class. I'm very strict on formatting. Assignments, it's assumed that you'll turn in everything on time because you're a professional student. You're in a post-professional athletic training master's program, so it's assumed that you'll be a professional and turn everything on time. Assignments that are late will have a 25% grade reduction. If you're got stuff going on, just let me know what's going on. Don't wait till the last minute to tell me about the things going on. If it becomes a habitual issue, that's when we have a different story and different conversation. But I understand occasionally we get sick, things happen in our life, and I'm okay with that. As long as we communicate with one another. We're adults. Let's treat each other with respect. And that's one of the things that we'll learn through reading the Bain book, is that we want to have a culture of learning, and part of that culture of learning is being able to treat each other with respect. A couple other expectations, to put some of this in the how to be successful in our course information, but just so you know how much time you should expect to spend in this class, at least 22 hours per week. I don't know if it really takes that much work, but expect to put more work in this course than you think you will. Obviously, we have quite a bit of videos that you're going to be watching. You have to write papers. You have to do research. You have to post in forums, those type of things. So every single day, do a little bit of work every single day in this course. Don't wait till the weekends to do everything. Put it in your schedule. That you have a couple hours here, a couple hours there. Put it in your schedule that you're doing something in this class and your other class that you are in. I do expect you to check your FPU email daily. If you're not going to check this email, please forward that email. There is a video in the Moodle orientation class how to forward your FPU email to another email account. Please do that. Please log into Moodle and at least every other day. More than likely in this class you're going to be doing it more than, you probably do it every day. But I will post announcements in our course, and that'll be typically in these. Here's the course announcements where I'll post course announcements. Those are automatically sent to your email after I post them. You are responsible for any changes I make in the course when I post those announcements. I do expect you to read and follow all assignment directions. If you're not sure what happens, what to do, please ask. Ask, please ask for help. Forms, we will have quite a few forms in this class. Please, as I said earlier with the devotionals, respect one another. This is class time. I do expect you to support what you write in forms. We use evidence-based academics in this grad program, which means it, just like an evidence-based practice, you need to have good reasoning skills of why you're doing what you're doing, and that's the same with our forms and our papers. in our class that you need to use quality references to support what you believe and think. And you need to cite that following APA. If you need help, use the Q&A form. Here's the Q&A form. So post your questions in here, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours or even quicker if I happen to be on the class site at that time. Let's look at our class schedule here. So what I've tried to do for each week is what are our big questions that we're trying to answer. So in week 1, what's this class about, which is what this whole introduction's been about. Then we want to ask the question, what do the best college teachers know about how we learn? And I provided some information about deep learning. These are the chapters you need to read this week. Then you have assignments. How should learning experiences be designed to foster student learning? That's your assignment for this week, and plus our devotional this week. So that's what we're doing this week. Next week, in week 2, we're going to talk about athletic training education programs, how they designed, and what's the future of our athletic training education. We'll have a forum about that where we'll talk about with the recent move to all professional programs being at the master's level starting in 2022. What's your opinion of that? And I have another question in that form that I want your opinion of. And so we'll just work through each week through our course, in our 8-week course. It moves fast. The 8-week courses move really fast since you're new in this program. Got to stay on top of things with taking an 8-week course plus a 16-week course at the same time. So I think we are good for this presentation. Now we're done with all the introduction presentations, and hopefully you've started answering these low-risk assignment forms. The next thing you should do is go to this athletic training lesson presentation and watch that quick video and answer the information in that form. Then go to the choice assignment form and watch the quick little video there and post your information there on that particular assignment. Then go to learning activity 1 and start working on that assignment, start working on your devotional. Definitely got enough work for this week to stay on top of things.